Hey everybody, it's Bailey Wiki, and we're back with another episode of tracking the DC20 system as uh, it's already been born into Foundry. It's already just an amazing system, but now we're going to look at the latest round of improvements to the system. So if you guys are playing it, if you've been curious about it, or if you're just playing other systems and you want to get some inspiration on what's possible, this is kind of a good place to park and check it out. With that, I'm joined as always by the creator of the Foundry module for DC20, Patrick. Hey, Patrick.
Hey, hello everyone.
Good to talk to you again. It's so I've got a handful of things that you sent over earlier today, and there's quite a few surprises in here. Some pretty awesome stuff that you don't really find in a lot of systems, but it's really great. So with that, it looks like you've got a little world set up for us. You mind if we just start jumping through some of the new things here?
Yeah, I think we can start, and I think we can start with improvements on character creation wizard and advancement system.
I love it.
So let's open that. And yeah, as you can see at the beginning, there are now steps displayed at the top.
Nice little wayfinding for us so we know how far we are in the process. Great.
Yeah, exactly. Let's name that character, maybe Aaron, why not? And let's choose an image for him. Okay, and let's make him mighty
Of course.
and charismatic. Why not? Not too bright. Okay, let's go. And now we have this button over here for mix ancestry. It moved. It was moved because before it was not
Yeah, it was kind of
not
out of the way. Yeah.
yeah, not visible really. So yeah, you can choose from existing ancestries or click that button to create a new one. And yeah, this window also changed. Now you just select it from drop down. So yeah, Fiendborn, Dragonborn mix,
Great.
and here we have that. So it's functionality is the same, but it's a little bit prettier. So let's go with that beta background because still no backgrounds. And here we can see our classes, and let's choose something that has a lot of weapons, maybe champion, because I want to show you new thing that character creation wizard allows us to do. And it's better way to choose our starting equipment. So as you
Wow.
can see now, we have 3 weapon on or shield slots, 1 range weapon or thrown weapon, and 1 light or heavy armor.
Awesome.
Those can be configured. I will jump to the class itself and champion and configuration, and here we
Look at
can
that.
configure those slots. So for champion it looks like this. Those buttons will create those buttons over here. Yeah.
Ah, I
So
see. Okay.
if we selected weapon, then we will have access to weapon creator or weapon browser. Like if we
Mm,
click on that button, we will open compendium browser with weapons. But if we want to create our own, we can click on that one and we will open weapon creator. So let's do that. Let's pick melee weapon with impact property and maybe versatile. And
wow.
we have no more property points. I mean, the system allows us to choose more properties. We just see that it's too much.
I see.
But
Yep.
I don't want to restrict choosing more because maybe you found a blacksmith and you can get more properties on
Right.
your weapon. Okay, so now let's choose a style. Let it be sword with slashing damage. And yeah, create weapon. And as you can see, it was created. I could change its name as well here. I forgot about that, but yeah, it will stay as a blueprint.
Wow.
So let's
That's
add,
incredible.
Yeah, so let's add maybe one more weapon from already prepared ones, Bastard Sword, and also let's add one shield. So now, before we could only create weapons, now we can create shields and equipment as well. So let's click on that
Whoa.
shield. It will be light shield with AD increase, and here we can choose how many AD we will get, and it will calculate how many property
Oh, look at that.
points it costs.
Great.
And let's call it, okay, let's call it this.
Great.
Okay, let's create that. We have our, oh, okay, so it's still blueprint. I forgot to click out, so it's saved. No, never mind. Uh, yeah, so maybe let's add another bow. So here we want only range weapon, so crossbow, why not? And armor, let's pick pre-created one as well. So heavy deflecting. And now we click finish. And here you can see that it this window also got few improvements.
Oh.
Progress bar is here as well. So we can see that first we have our Dragonborn and Fiendborn traits to choose from. So then we have our class features, maneuvers, and attributes. But also this bar is dynamic. So if we pick something that will give us, I'm not sure if it will. If we pick something that will give us another advancement,
Mm-hmm.
it will update
Oh,
this bar
interesting.
over here.
Yeah.
But
Great.
yeah, I'm not sure if Dragonborn or Fiendborn. Oh, Fiendish magic. This should work. And maybe let's pick Brave Weapon and Dark Vision. So let's apply that. And as you can see now,
Oh, yeah.
our Fiendish magic was added here as a next advancement. We will have corrosion damage. And let's pick Firebolt as our spell from Fiendish magic. Class features. Okay, apply. Now we have attack maneuvers. We picked martial class, so it's a new thing added as well. So martial attack maneuvers. Now we can add 6 maneuvers, so as it was before.
Mm-hmm. This is great.
Techniques,
Really just takes us all the way through it in one simple
yeah.
order. That's awesome.
And now we can spend our skill points. So it also changed a little bit. Now expertise, I think, is more distinct from gaining
Yeah, just adding
new
points
level
to
in
it.
spell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so let's pick awareness and let's add expertise to it and increase it again. So we spent 3 points to get adept on awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe let's pick investigation, and from those nature, history, arcana, and language human. Okay, so that's how
Great.
it works now. Yeah, one thing before we couldn't go back on our advancements. Once we selected it, applied it, we couldn't go back. Now we can. So let's do it with this second level, attribute increase. And now you can see that we can revert,
Oh,
and it
great.
will. And because I picked martial path here,
Mm-hmm.
I could pick some maneuvers and techniques. And now when I pick spellcaster path, it will tell me to pick some spells.
Oh, wow. Great.
So yeah.
Excellent. Okay, good. So we can make our characters easier and faster, especially new players who maybe don't know all the choices. You kind of lay them out now in a chronological order or logical order. Okay,
Yeah.
so we've got other new things going on. We've got a new actor type that I find very intriguing.
Yeah, so we have new actor type called storage, and right now it has 3 main functions. It could be a party inventory, so we have our players over here. This actor could be shared by all of them, and players could just drag and drop items to that actor. It would remove it from them, add it to the actor, and another player could pick it up like this.
Wow.
So that's like the first state it could be in. we can also choose random loot table and vendor. So I will show
Wow.
you random loot table now. So as you can see, we picked a random loot table. We chose D100 as our dice that will be rolled. Number of rolled items we chose 2. And there is also currency. If, for example, our chest that they can find will have some money, we can put it here as well. And now, as you can see, we have few things added to that random loot table. To add more items, you just simply drag and drop them. So let's add one more item, maybe short bow. Yeah, and it was added. And here we have minimal value that needs to be rolled to pick that item. So it's like, so dice can go from 1 to 100. So with 1 to 20, this item will be picked, chain whip. With 21 to 35, javelin will be picked. So that's how it is configured. So let's make this bow will be picked like 50 to 75. Yeah, and then first aid kit 76 to 100. So now that we created this table, we can just simply drag and drop it on our map.
Wow,
and now it rolled 2 items. We can drop it again. It will roll 2 other items.
Whoa, nice. So every time you drop it, that's what triggers the roll, the D100 roll, if that's how you set it up.
Exactly.
Amazing.
And now I will jump on my player character.
So I can make multiple chests with different, varying degrees of interesting things in them potentially, and I can drag them out whenever I need to. That's amazing.
Exactly. So that's, you have no idea what loot should they get. You can just drop one chest there.
Love it.
And they can take it out. So now we will move to one of my players that will want to pick that chest up. So he can double click on it, and he can use this new transfer dialog to grab items from it. So he will pick his character, Kraton. This transfer dialog is for gold, to be exact. So he will take 10 gold from that. So first we can see that he has nothing, but we will transfer that. It goes to 2, and this it goes to 10.
Wow.
So he grabbed some money from that. And if he wants to grab any item, he will just drag and drop it to his character sheet.
Nice. Now, does that lock the other players from interacting with it while this player is doing it, or is it a free for all?
It's a free for all.
Great.
There is no lock. But yeah, if anyone picks it first, then another person couldn't. I think there could be like very short window between refresh of the server data that they could try to pick same item at once. But yeah, I assume that players, yeah,
they're playing nice for the most part.
Yeah.
Okay,
they won't abuse that.
Okay,
and now
great.
we have
so now you can drag these onto the scene. They've got roll tables. Your players can pick them up. They can share things in their own little bag of holding on the sidebar there. This is great.
And also we have shop. That's the last. I mean vendor. Sorry, that the last type of actor, and we can specify if we allow players to sell items to that vendor, and if we are selling those items, what percentage of its value should be the price of that item. Yeah. So if item costs 10, then if it's 30%, then player will get free gold, for example.
Yeah.
And if item has infinite stock, so maybe in your game your players can go to the town and buy as many potions as they want to. So you can have shop with infinite store of potions.
Wow.
So yeah, so we will drop this shop on the scene as well. We will go to our player. And we will open that shop. open our player character sheet, and well, it's all worth 0, so I forgot to configure that.
This is great. That shop
So
also, the icon or the token could just be a shop owner, right? Like a NPC.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, I will change that. So this shop needs to have some prices. So maybe 5 for chain whip, 2 for javelin, 2 for bow. So now when we jump on our player, he can grab this item, buy
Hmm.
it, and it will spend his gold.
Wow.
So let's say
Impressive.
he has no gold and tries to buy that item, not enough currency to transfer.
Yeah, Patrick, this is like there's whole modules built around, being able to drop loot and trade loot and have vendors, and you built it all into the DC20 system. This is incredible.
But yeah, one more thing with this functionality.
Hmm.
Players can now drop items on the ground
Oh my
and
gosh.
then they can pick it up. So that's how it works. Yeah, double
Wow.
click on that item and you will pick it up. So I assume that player won't try to pick it up from another part of the map. So like
Mhm.
that's a level of understanding between game master and player, and maybe someone allows for that. But yeah,
Mhm.
so it's not like forbidden to do that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
got it.
that's my
So game
assumption.
masters realize if you're going to drop something on the scene, players can pick it up wherever they're at.
Exactly.
Yeah, amazing.
Okay. So one more thing with players, we have each player on his character sheet has now this transfer dialog.
Mm, okay.
He can select it, select the user he wants to trade with,
Mhm.
and now pick his character. So, for example, Robin. I will do it as a GM, but yeah, it looks the same for players.
Mhm.
So that's another character. Let's say he has some money, maybe 15, and he wants to trade with Robin.
Mhm.
So give him his chain whip and some money. So yeah, I changed money too fast, like too late.
Oh,
So
got it. Yeah, yeah.
system didn't pick that up. Yeah.
Once you
So
open this
now
dialogue, it is already taking a
it's yeah,
snapshot of what you have in your
exactly,
inventory.
exactly. Yeah. So now it works. Yeah. So we will give him 10 gold and chain whip. So finish, and as you can see, items were moved. You cannot
Cool.
use that item to steal items from other players. So we cannot uh, grab items from Robin, but he can trade his items to you.
Hmm.
So
So the
yeah, that's
person giving the item has to click the finish, or who gets to commit the trade?
so this trade looks like a two-way trade, but it's a one-way trade. So you
Mm.
give items and gold to the another person,
Hmm.
and then he needs to open his own dialogue and gives some stuff to you.
Okay, great.
So it's not like it's not synchronized between players.
Yeah, yeah, understood. Okay, great.
All right. So next thing that might be exciting is token hotbar.
Hmm.
So as you can see now, we have our macro hotbar over here, but we have this button that we can click to swap to token mode. And now we have our token hotbar. Depending on
Hey.
the token we have selected, there are different things here. So those are fully configurable by players. So we can change uh, different stuff like amount of rows and columns.
Mm. Okay.
We can section A is the right one and section B is left one. So we can say that it's 10 by 3 on both sides.
Wow.
Or we don't like section B at all, so we can just simply remove it like this.
Cool. This
Okay.
is this is feeling BG3 inspired to me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I saw that video and I thought like that it's really cool, and maybe we could grab this
Yeah,
and
it's
implement
just a
something
great.
similar.
Yeah, I mean, Larian did such a great job with that HUD that I love it. And this is what you want as a player. You want to see everything laid out in front of you, and
Yeah,
that's great.
and yeah, you can grab items from your
Hmm.
character and drop it here.
Hmm.
And also there are filters depending on damage, attack type, and if it's a reaction.
Hmm.
You see those icons here. You can turn it on and or off. So check type markers, type coloring, and with charges, I will show it with. I don't think I have anything. Oh, I have this. So you can see that you have your charges here. Yeah.
Wow, great. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So when you hover over that, you see its cost, what it does. If it
Hmm.
has any description, you will see that as well. So
And,
everything is here.
and you can drag macros into this as well, not just actions,
No,
or
right now it's only items,
okay, got
but
it.
that's quite good idea. I will make a note of that.
Yeah, yeah, because then you can lay your
Yeah,
macros out uh, in the same interface. That's awesome.
exactly. And also there are filters. So, for example, right now it will only highlight reactions,
Hmm.
mm,
Oh,
attack,
so you cycle
spell
through the
check.
filters. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
So let's turn those on. And also, so we can see our health, our action points, but we also have 3 slots for resources that are configurable. So right now we have stamina mana. That's the default for
Hmm.
character. For NPC there is nothing over here. So, but yeah, for character we have default stamina mana, and we can also add grid, change its color to red, and yeah.
Look at that. Amazing.
Uh, Also, if you have some custom resources, says you can use them as well here. So depending on what your character uses the most, you can configure those. For example, right now, uh, this guy is a mage, so he don't really need stamina. So maybe I want some rest points over here.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's simple as that.
And show me again how you made this HUD appear. How do you enable it, or is it by default?
Uh, so you see this button over here.
Hmm.
So it is in
Ah,
macro
toggles the
mode, but you
macro
can,
bar.
yeah,
Oh, I see. Okay,
yeah,
great.
and then just select token and it will appear.
Yeah.
Also, you have access to your effects from here. So let's add some more. You can see those are here.
Right.
You can turn them on, off, remove them. Same thing for help dice and held action. So let's held this action. It will appear here, and you could
Oh,
click
great.
on it to trigger it.
Makes it really obvious.
Yeah. If something has how it's called now, it's called like sustain.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Like
also
concentration,
make
right?
it appear here. Yeah. Yes. You can also make it appear here. Uh, what else? Help dice will also use that interface. So let's make help action, and help dice will appear over here, and it
Wow,
works as previous. So drag and drop.
it's amazing. You really put everything in here.
Yeah, on the right side you have few extra buttons. So roll check. This is like pretty early version, so it
Hmm.
will improve on how it looks, but
Okay.
it will appear as a pop-up with
Yeah, great.
martial check, for example. Yeah, you roll it. Roll save, the same thing. Uh, there is new functionality with grid, so you can now it's automated. You spending grid gives you damage resistance for the next
Mm-hmm.
attack. So we can spend some grid to gain damage resistance. We have this effect over here. Damage reduction, sorry. We can open REST dialog from here,
Mm-hmm.
and also if you click on something new, like new token you just grabbed,
Mm-hmm.
you can click on this autofill token hotbar, and it will collect actions from that token
Oh,
and
come on. Nice.
add them here automatically.
Great.
Also, when you play character, when you click on this autofill token hotbar, maybe for this character not, but it will find, so often it will find a lot of items that it will
Oh, okay.
store here. But yeah, you can decide that you only want to use your favorites.
Hmm.
So that way you can click on that star instead,
Mm-hmm.
and it will fill only with your favorites.
Oh, wow. Great. Awesome. Boy, what a surprise. That
So yeah,
this
that's
might
that.
be the best. This might be the best uh player HUD, default player HUD that comes with a game system that I've seen. I mean, I haven't seen all of them. If anybody has any suggestions, leave them in the comments, but this is incredible.
Yeah, exactly. It's still in develop. It's like a first stage, so I assume
Yeah, for
it
sure.
will
Like
change.
I really like the filters. I don't like that they cycle through because, sometimes you just want to like, grab, okay, what are my bonus actions?
Yeah,
So
just a drop down here would be probably easier. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, or lay them out along the top or something like that. But yeah, I mean, just those are little UX things that I'm sure that you'll be tinkering with as we go. But this as a first version, this is pretty awesome.
Yeah. So now we can go through some improvements to mechanics that were added as
Okay,
well.
let's do it.
So first thing I want to show you is well, yeah, there is nothing in combat, but yeah, let's add it like this. First thing I want to show you is with DC20 combat, you have slots that you put your characters in,
Yep.
and sometimes characters can pick to be in the same slot,
Mm,
and then in the rules it's written that they can make their turn at the same time. So one person can make an action, another person. So until now, system doesn't supported that because like in base Foundry, there is no support for things like that.
yeah.
So let's create an encounter like this, and here let's pick second slot. And yeah, so when I start combat now, you will see that okay, now I have this turned on already. But yeah, there is a setting, DC20, and simultaneous turns for the same slot.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This setting, when it's on, it will work like this. So first is slot 0, then all characters from slot 1
Mm-hmm.
can make their turn.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, we can check that by rolling some attacks because of multiple check penalty.
Mm-hmm.
It stacks only on your turn, yeah. So we can check that both are at the same turn
Yep.
when we try to. So first we will attack with a character that is not its turn. So we will make few dagger attacks,
Mm-hmm.
and as you can see, there is no multiple check penalty
Mm-hmm.
applied.
Okay.
And now we will attack with Raven, for example, and we can see already that it has this multiple check penalty applied,
Mm-hmm.
and the same for Kraton over here. Yeah, it works like as well.
Right.
So movement, the same thing. Yeah, you can you are forced to spend action points to move by
Mm-hmm.
default only on your turn. So yeah, that's
Great.
and it's fully. If you don't like it, you can just turn it off in the settings. So
Is it on by default, that setting?
uh, I would have to check. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Well, if you guys are playing with
I
this,
don't.
go check that setting and see what you're operating
Yeah,
with.
I don't remember if I made it true or false by
Okay.
default. All right. So next thing, uh, So contests are finally fully automated, I would say.
Oh, nice.
So all shovers, grapplers, throwers can rejoice because now we will do it with shove, I think. As you can see, shove is configured to calculate distance that creature is shoved by. So by default, it's I think your one space is default, then each 5 is one additional space. So we will try to shove Raven. We are impaired, so we have disadvantage, but let's remove that. Oh my god, he rolled really poorly. So let's add some advantages to that roll. Maybe I will clear that and do it again. Okay, so now he shoved a little bit better. And now we will make a martial check as Raven.
Okay.
And she failed with 10. So with our math, our push distance is 1 by default, and then by each 5 is +1, so 3 is our push distance.
Yep.
So yeah, that makes contest finally work.
It reminds me, we just did that that combat session, that 3D combat
Yeah.
session with DC20, and I had a thrower, and I threw an enemy against box, and we were calculating all of it ourselves. This would automate that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And
Okay.
to configure that, if someone is interested, you just simply add each 5 and fail formula, and you need to select this toggle. So degree of success calculations per target.
Okay.
Because by default, it will calculate against the DC. So for contest, there is no DC. It's calculated per target.
Got it.
So if someone wants to play around with that, that's
Cool.
what you need to do.
Very nice.
Okay, so another thing that's more quality of life improvement for the GM are those new buttons over here. So first is Condition Manager. And that button allows you to add conditions, but you can configure if they require any repeated save. For example, maybe with a DC, if they should last for a specific number of rounds, or if things like, for example, maneuvers often say until next time you're hit.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you can configure that from here as well. So on the next, until the start of target's next turn, and until the end of target's next turn.
Got it.
So let's add Dazed to Kraton, and it should last until end of his next turn.
So did you drag that onto Kraton, or did you?
No, you just select the token and click on one of those buttons.
Got it. And then those
apply.
those will apply whatever rules and toggles you've implemented up above.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
Another thing, we have our adventures register. So here, you as a GM have access to different statistics of your players. So you can also open their character sheets from here. So you can see their health, stamina, mana, precision, defense, area, jump distance. Also, you can create adventures group. So if you are using the same word to play multiple campaigns, for example, you can have groups. I already created one, Team Zorro. And this team only has Kraton. But we want to add someone more. Maybe we will add Aaron as well. We will select Team Zorro, and now we can see statistics from Aaron and Kraton. So Team Zorro only. We can look at some more combat-related statistics, so we can see additional things like physical, mental, physical, mystical, and elemental damage reduction.
Oh, okay.
Attack modifiers, save DC, some save. We can take a look at its saves, and we can, when you click on one of those, we will ask player to make a save.
Oh, nice.
So this pop-up will appear on his side as well. I mean, only on his side if he's active. Then we have some skills. We can select Adventurer, take a look at his passive and modifier, ask him to roll a check as well.
Love it.
Languages. And also we have advanced tab that will allow us to take a look at any
attribute.
Yeah, any path, value of any path of that actor. So
it doesn't support type ahead, right? If you just need if you want to try to jump.
No, right now, no.
No, just gotta scroll.
Yeah.
Got it. Wow, great. What great tools for the GM.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I hope you will like it. Yeah, so I think that's most things. There are some minor changes, some improvements to conditionals, to macro, but those are lame to show, I think.
Right.
So
you gave us the sizzle already. This is amazing. Well, I mean, Patrick, the stuff you put into this, these are like really big changes, and I mean, like really new and interesting functionality for the GM and for the player. So I'm impressed. I was totally shocked by this list. That you managed to get all the stuff into this release. So for everyone else who's watching, let us know in the comments what you think about these things. If you've got other suggestions, I mean, this is really the place where you can ask a lot of stuff. That, and you can go to Discord. So I'll include the links to the different Discord communities talking about this that you can find Patrick and myself. But otherwise, I mean, Patrick, this is great. I'm really excited to jump in and start playing with it myself.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm doing many of those things for myself as well.
And that reflects why you make such good changes, because you're running games right now in DC20 and you're making things that you know would be helpful for yourself. So we all benefit from that. So that's great. I think that's something that sets many game systems apart from others, is the developers also running games and living it and using it every day, and that just makes it infinitely more helpful to all of us. Well, with that, Patrick, thanks for all the hard work. Let us know, everybody, how you get along with the release. By the way, this is V13 that this is
Yeah.
supporting. Or is it still supporting V12, or what do we need to know about
No,
the?
no.
Okay, yeah. So you got to be on V13 if you want to play with all the latest and greatest stuff. Excellent. All right. Well, thanks for another great episode, Patrick, and we'll tune in for the next one.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Bye.
Thanks, gang. See ya.